Hey guys, okay, so just a little follow-up from the brow design stuff that we've done so far. A few of you have said about templating the brows and how to not smudge your drawing when you're doing your first pass. So I've just grabbed Katie, bless her, and I'm going to just show you how I template my first pass, like where I start from checking and stretching, so that you won't risk smudging that drawing at all. I don't sort about with surgical markers, because I don't want to be spending ages trying to get them off the skin later. I don't need to, and in all honesty, they terrify the life out of me, because I see someone once actually tattoo it into somebody's skin and they left the salon with a big red outline around their brows from the surgical marker. So that's why I don't use them. So just a general China marker, Sharpie China markers are definitely my favourite. You can grab them online anywhere, eBay, Amazon, and it's just, you know, start at the towel, move across, check as you go, and then honestly you won't lose that shape at all as long as you do them checks. So I'm just going to flip the camera around and show you just very quickly how I would start. Okay, so once you've got your template drawn in, if you're a little bit worried about losing this as you're templating with the tattooing, or you are, a few little tips for you. If you turn that way for me, Katie, just make sure that's in the shot, yeah. I always start on the towel rather than the bulb, because if we start on the bulb, we have to stretch over our drawing. Then you're going to smudge your pencil. So start at your towel so you can stretch here. So I'll pull to me and push away from me. And then from just in front of the arch, this whole section, I will tattoo in first. So if, for instance, I was doing hair strokes, I'd be starting here, putting my strokes in, and I'd do my top strokes like that. Or if I'm shading, I'd start here and shade up. Now before you move on, once you've got that part in, grab a cotton bud, a little bit of cleanser on it, green soap, water, whatever you're using to wipe with, and wipe firm pressure one way right the way through a section of that part. Then you can see if there's ink there. If there's ink there, then you can wipe the next bit. And if there's ink there, I know my template's in. So I know that part of my drawing is now in. So then is all I would, if it wasn't in, I'd go back over it. If it was, then I can carry on. And now it doesn't matter if I stretch here, because that's tattooed in. So if I smudge my drawing, it doesn't matter, it's tattooed on. And then I'll come from about here. So then I'll pull to me, push away from me. I'm either going to stroke towards me, or I'd shade away from me. Obviously this would be a tattoo pen in my hand and not a pencil, but Katie doesn't actually want her brows tattooed right now. And then do another check. Once you're in, you can go onto your front. What I see a lot of people doing when they're checking is they do this. Now, if that colour's not in, you've now lost your drawing. Whereas by wiping this way, if it's not in, you've still got either side of that drawn on, so you could just join the line back up, because remember, we're going to have our 4 straight lines. So yeah, do that. Once you know that's in, then you can do the front, and then I'd pigment soak and do the same on the other brow, so that when I come to wipe that first pass off, I know 100% my drawing has been tattooed in, and I don't need to sod about redrawing, setting them back up, checking. Another reason I leave the bulb until the end is because this has to be the softest part of our tattoo. It's the focal point, and it's normally the first bit your client looks at. So if I start tattooing here and I've misjudged her skin type and I've gone a little bit too heavy, there is no way of me disguising that, because otherwise if I push them further in, they're going to be too close together. So by starting here, this is where the skin is thickest, under here, and it's hardest to be too heavy-handed. So if you know you can get this part in and your pressure is good, so your first pass is there but it's not too heavy, you'll be confident doing the bulb, because by that point you're going to know this skin type and you'll know what your pressure should be. So that's how I keep my template in place whilst I'm doing my first pass. Hope it helps.